City of Mayville Finance Committee meeting agenda, November 24th, 2025 at 6:28 PM. Can you take the roll?
Alderperson Newman,
I'm here.
Alderperson Smith,
Here.
Alderperson Henkel is excused. We have a quorum.
Number 2, approval of the minutes. Approval of the minutes, October 27th, 2025 Finance Committee meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Pass. Citizens' comments. Any citizens' comments this evening? Seeing none, we're going to go past the citizens' comments. Number 4, discuss with possible action Resolution 6022-2025, establishing the 2026 fee schedule for the City of Mayville. I'm assuming Annie will take it away.
Well, I sent out the latest and greatest with the meeting material. Probably the easiest way to review it would have been the breakdown of the proposed changes. As you go through them, a lot of them are new additions, things we didn't previously have on there. But certainly some things did increase, largely rentals for different parks facilities. One thing we did add in right away is a nonprofit rate. We didn't have that before, but we do get a lot of requests for a lower rate for nonprofit events, so we just worked that in right away. So hopefully that takes a little off the park board. Utilities added some of their testing information out there. For my office, let's see what we had. Liquor licensing went up to 500 from 475. It's the allowable amount from the state. The winter parking is formally on there. The single day mobile food vendor event is on there. And then some rates for equipment and labor for DPW were also increased to meet closer to current rates.
Any questions? Anyone else? So Bob, you have any questions at all?
No.
And it's $50, right, for the winter parking?
For the winter parking, correct.
So again, a reminder, if you want to park on the streets, December 1st through April 1st, you must have a winter parking permit
And we
issued
will,
by the City of Mayville, if it snows or not. If it snows, you cannot be on the streets, right? Perfect.
we will have happy smiley faces at City Hall Tuesday and Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. for anyone who needs to come in and get it.
There we go. Just a reminder, I'll make a motion to move the resolution.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
That's passed. 4B, discuss with possible action resolution 6027-2025, establishing 2026 garbage and recycling rates.
This is the information we received from GFL. We had to work with them. They did a 3.1% increase. So the garbage and recycling rate for a set of garbage and recycling containers is going up to $15.54 from this year's price of $15.07.
I'll make the motion to approve that.
I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
That's 4B is passed. 4C, discuss with possible action Wisconsin Department of Revenue non-compliance advisory.
Take it or should I?
Go ahead.
All right. So we received notice of non-compliance advisory from the Wisconsin DOR. So that happens when our fair market value gets out of whack within about 10%. We have not had a full reevaluation since 2014. In 2022, we had an interim market update. On our capital improvement plan, we do have a placeholder in 2027 for a market update. I have been in discussions with our assessor and with the DOR contact to see if the market update would be sufficient or if we need to do a full reassessment. I'm still waiting to hear from Associated Appraisal. DOR seems to, they prefer to err on the side of full reassessment, but we'll talk to our assessor, see what we can do. But it's kind of a warning shot. DOR puts out there, you have a good number of years to get it figured out before they come in and force a reevaluation, which would happen in 2028. So that's why I've remained in contact with this DOR contact, so they know that we are looking at it, we are addressing it. We have a placeholder in 2027, and she thinks that timeline should be sufficient. So this is just informational. And as I get more from our appraiser, I will certainly bring that forward at that time.
We're at 78% right now. We're well below the 90.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, last time this happened, we put it on the capital borrowing and scheduled it for a year out. And and it took a year or 2 years to do it. So it's just pretty typical. Generally, they'll work with you. So I would say 2027, 2028 will be when we're gonna have to pay for it, but we gotta make sure it's scheduled with our capital borrowing.
What we already did for next year is already on the capital borrowing plan, but the other thing is that depending if we have to do a full-blown assessment is the cost,
You have to change it.
because we might have to take out RFPs and see what we get for price.
So I don't think there's any action we have to.
Nope, it was just informational, letting you know we received it, what steps we're taking, that it's on our radar, and we're projected to have it taken care of before the state makes us.
Proactive,
We're trying.
transparent. That's what I like
We're
to see.
trying.
I like to see that. 4D, discuss with possible action, payment request number 3, final for the 2025 asphalt paving milling project in the amount of $36,821.22 going to Northeast Asphalt Incorporated.
Kunkel Engineering got this to us late last week. This is the final pay request for our 2025 asphalt paving and milling project. So that is why the agenda was amended to add it, so we can close out those books before 2026.
Our project engineer is okay with it?
Yes,
Okay, I'll make the motion to approve the payment request number 3, final for the asphalt paving and milling project.
And I will second that. All in favor?
Yeah, you
Aye.
can take the roll on that, I think we should take the roll.
Okay.
Because we're paying it.
sure can. Alderperson Smith,
Aye.
Alderperson Newman,
Aye.
motion carries.
How about number 5?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Bob Smith first, Ken Newman second. We are adjourned at 6:36 PM.
Would you like the gavel, Jesse?
No, sir. Call to order, City of Maple Personnel Committee, November 24th, 2025, at 6:36 PM. Take the roll.
Alderperson Lehtown,
Here.
Alderperson Olson,
Here.
Alderperson Henkel is excused. We have a quorum.
Number 2, approval of minutes. 2A, approval of minutes of the October 27th, 2025 Personnel Committee.
I'll make that motion to approve the minutes on October 27th.
I'll second it. Number 3, citizens comment.
Let's have to take the vote. All those in favor?
That's right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, number 3, citizens comment. None. Number 4, discuss possible action. 4A, discuss possible recommendation, City of Mayville employee handbook update process.
All right, Kim, do you have the employee handbook in front of you?
I'm bringing it up now.
There's the red lines are in there like you
Okay.
wished.
Thank you. Where is it? Hang on. highlighted the wrong one, I think. Okay, I got it.
All right, so the first page, it says employee acknowledgement. There are some corrections that were added. You see that?
Yep.
Is there any questions on that first page?
No.
All right, is everybody good with it?
Yes.
All right, in section 1.1, there's a bunch of red line items, and then the blue is actually what he's recommending.
All right.
General purpose.
Okay, that looks good to me.
Jesse, what do you think? Good?
It'll look good to me too.
All right, 2 is disclaimer statement. There wasn't any changes. Item 1.3, right and responsibility of the employer. There's a side note. This looks like a management rights something, and it's not necessarily a typical provision. You good with that too, or no? There was like 2 changes where it says
Yeah.
to schedule overtime work as required, consistent with, and it says requirements is being taken out, and operation needed is in place of that requirements.
Yes, that sounds really good.
And the
Yeah,
next,
it looks good.
the next one says to develop job descriptions, and it says which act as guidelines and not a rigid limitation. That's being eliminated. He's gonna add to guide each position's duties and responsibilities. We good with that?
I am.
Then item 1.4, non-discrimination, and he also added the EO statement. And then he added, after religious, he puts arrest or conviction record, marital status, military service, lawful products outside of working hours.
Looks good.
Okay, and then 1.5, he's got a bunch of changes on the anti-harassment and anti-retaliation. You see that?
I do.
He's subtracting a bunch of stuff out of there. Then in the bottom, he's adding that blue line. He's just adding it is the policy of the city that all employees have the right to work in an environment free of all forms of harassment. The city will not tolerate, condone, or allow harassment and discrimination by any employee or other non-employees who conduct business within the city. The city considers harassment and discrimination of others to be forms of serious employee misconduct. Therefore, the city shall take direct and immediate action to prevent such behavior and to remedy all reports, instances of harassment and discrimination. A violation of the city policy can lead to discipline up to including termination with respect to violations, even if minor, resulting in greater levels of discipline appropriation.
Hello, everyone.
All right, we good with that?
I am. It doesn't say anything, I mean, will this automatically, like, we need an attorney involved? Does that say that in this verbiage anywhere? Like we've done in the past? Or is that something that, as the mayor, you make that decision?
I guess I don't follow. What do you mean?
All right, well, whenever there's like a complaint made,
Yeah,
okay, human resource, does it automatically go to an attorney? Is the verbiage in here that could lead up to that?
well, it goes to the mayor's office, and the guidance that goes to the attorney.
Okay. All right, I'm good with this so far.
You good with that, Jess?
Yes.
All right, in 1.6, he's adding harassment and discrimination procedures. And it says prohibited activity defined, sexual harassment is defined as unwelcome sexual advances required for sexual favors and others. And then he lists other subjects. So this is all brand new.
I'm good with this.
When we get into sub C, that there will need to be some verbiage update to that stuff.
Okay, you good with that?
Yes,
All right, and then the next page on 6, he adds a bunch of other stuff too on discrimination pertaining, he's basically putting in the federal law, that's what he's doing, he's putting the federal law into the employee handbook. And it says the supervisor's responsibilities, each supervisor shall be responsible for preventing prohibited activity as defined above, monitoring the work environment on a daily basis for signs that harassment may not occur, training and counseling all employees on constitute harassment. It's underneath it.
okay, so who is the internal investigation authority? Would that be our police station? Or who does that in numbers on letter C?
On C,
Yeah, 6C.
which page are you on? 8?
That's 8.
I'm on number 9.
We're not even that far yet, but.
Well, I read, sorry.
All right, you good with 6 and 7, pages 6 and 7?
Yes.
You good with page 8? He's got some cliff notes there on the side. And then ideally, there should be a designated person trained as investigation. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, internal investigation on V is different than on 6C. Or are they the same? Internal investigation authority or, okay, never mind, they are the same. Okay, who is that then? Who would do that? Our police department?
Well, I would.
Who does the,
Well, on page 8, it says the supervisor.
okay. All right, I just want to be clear.
Unless it is the supervisor, then they probably end up going to the mayor's office, then the mayor would probably assign someone.
Okay. All right. I'm good with that.
What it says on page 8, under 3, it says after documenting the information regarding the complaint, the supervisor must provide the documentation to the city administrator and the city attorney. Is that what you're talking about?
No, you already answered my question, and this is additional, but I like it.
I got a question.
Yeah,
Do we need city administrator in there anymore?
well, the city administrator is the mayor.
In the verbiage of that?
Yeah,
And the verbiage could always be updated to say mayor or mayor's designee to fluctuate with staffing needs over time, so the handbook stays current.
Just want to be current.
Can I ask a question? Who's he? Who did this review? Which attorney? Our
Labor attorney.
attorney? Okay.
He has in here, the internal investigation authority will consist of minimum the city attorney. Are you good with that?
I am.
Okay. And then 9, additional verbiage. Page 10 is additional verbiage. And then 1.7, he's got America with Disability Act.
That looks good.
Good. And under 1.8, he's got drug-free and alcohol-free workplace policy. He just has one change. He's eliminating the word helpful and he's gonna put in the word healthy. Well, then, of course, the next page on 11, he's got changes as well. Any issue on page 11?
No.
What about on the, but you got that November 6, 1986, we just taken that out, the law will enforced by the Immigration Naturalization Service. He just wants that removed.
A lot of these changes appear probably just to be consistent with case law and update,
Okay,
to be a little more general.
all right, page 12, he's got a couple changes on nepotism. He's taking out, he's adding the word family member. And then at the end, he's adding the word the employee's spouse.
Okay.
And then, of course, on gifts and gratitude, he refers to the city ordinance. We even have a city ordinance on that? Gifts and gratitude?
It calls out 105.3, section G1. You'll have to double check if that's
Accurate?
accurate.
Okay.
Okay, that looks good.
You good with that so far, Jess?
Yes.
Okay, and then you got page 13. He's eliminating that whole red line section in the middle. All right. Page 14. He's got some additions to social media policy.
Can we back up just for a moment?
Sure.
The copies of the personnel policy will be provided to all employees, so,
Where are you looking?
I'm still on page
13?
13, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure that if anybody wanted their records, that they would be permitted to get them? Or would that fall under open records request?
Well, by state law, if anybody wants a copy of their personnel file, they can get it, they can ask for it once every 6 months.
Okay,
That's
all right,
the
good.
state, that's the state law, so.
Okay, all right, you answered my question then.
And that portion of code does refer to receiving gifts, and it does reference the $15.
Oh, it does. All right. All right, page 14. Social media policy, he's adding employees should be aware of that the city or other employees, that's what he's adding, may observe content and information made available by the employees through social media. And he's adding, including where the employee takes steps to make the content private. And then skipping down a couple of paragraphs, he's adding, employees are responsible for communicating that any opinion are their personal opinion only and not the opinion of the city. Anybody have any questions on page 14?
Not really. I don't. What about you, Jesse?
No, none.
Okay, then he's adding, there's an artificial intelligence on 1.16.
I think it's moving too quickly to be able to quantify anything with artificial intelligence. Yeah, that's what we've been on with this.
Well, we even added it in. Oh. Now, on,
So I don't think we need that header. Just keep the 1.6 electronic policy, technology use.
all right, in a note, he's got their artificial intelligence, that we might be moving too fast on this and just using the word electronic technology policy rather than AI. Is that what you want?
Yeah, I think at this time handling electronic technology use is more concerning for personnel matters than trying to quantify something with artificial intelligence. It's developing too rapidly to really know how we're going to utilize it. As
This
employees.
AI is still pretty new to me even yet.
Mhm. And it's developing very quickly.
If I could say something, the feds and the states are discouraging the use of the term artificial intelligence. They want to substitute other language to describe it because they're fraught with all kinds of problems right now. So they're shying away from the term AI.
Right.
It's so broad, it covers so much.
So do we want to take out the word artificial intelligence and just use the old verbiage of electronic technology?
I'll go with that.
Sure, we can always change it later, right?
Yes.
If we need to,
Sure.
okay.
All right, so cross that off.
Mhm.
All right, and in the middle, he's got a footnote there too.
He asked if this actually happened, and this does not happen. IT probably could pull info from people's computer if we needed it, but supervisors are not assigned to periodically review employees' computers.
Who had that?
That was in our handbook existing.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, he's asking if we're even doing this, and
No,
we're not. So it should probably be struck.
So the last sentence in the middle where it says a supervisor will be assigned to periodically review the content of a department's computer assigned to an employee for use. We're not currently doing that because you'd have to go through the IT department.
If we needed it, IT could pull it.
So he's questioning if we're not doing it, then why do we want to add it? Or why do we want to have it in there, keep it in there?
I mean, I myself, personally, I don't care. You wanna look at my stuff, I don't care. And I have nothing to hide. So yeah.
Well, and not to mention for employees, the nature of what we do, much of what's on our computers open record search anyway, so I don't think you need that verbiage where it's saying a supervisor is assigned to check it if it's not happening in practice.
Yeah, let's strike that.
You good with it?
Good with it.
All right, page 16. He's just adding some language. It said short paragraph, however, upon request or upon departure, any employee must provide all city passwords to their designated department heads.
I'm good with that.
Okay, 17, another highlighted in the top paragraph. What's he asking there?
He is asking, how do we address this? And you may want to address IT security with backup. So it says if a permanent retention is required, a paper copy should be prepared showing the date, time, originator, recipient. My understanding is IT is trying to switch us to cloud-based backup. Much of what we do is electronic. I don't think anyone is printing off paper copies of everything they do to retain as a backup.
Well, most of it's just in the cloud, isn't it? And if it's email, it's automatically getting backed up by Microsoft.
Correct. So that verbiage is probably no longer pertinent with how
Does he want that?
work is
Right.
happening. I believe he wants it struck.
All right, what's
Okay.
highlighted in pink, he wants it striped. You guys go with that?
Which, yeah, I am.
Yes.
Okay. And we're good with that on the law, there ain't no law that says we have paper copies or not?
Nothing that we have to. I mean, our records are retained in the format they are created.
Okay. All right, page 18,
Oh, wait, what about the secondary employment policy? Was that in there in the last one?
yes.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, go ahead.
Well, on the secondary employee policy, on the very last sentence, he's adding the word, while absent for illness or family medical leave from the city. So he's adding the word FMLA,
Okay,
and that's it on that page. And on page
okay,
19, he's got a bunch of stuff he's deleting. Okay, under the pending charge or conviction,
mhm,
so the state has a law that basically says that this is one of the few states in the country that has a law that says we cannot discriminate based on any previous convictions. So I think that's why he's making some of these changes.
okay,
I think we're one in 7 states that actually has this law. So I think that's why he's redlining a lot of that out. Guidelines for reviewing reports.
okay, looks good.
Don't they have a, why is he taking out where it says guidelines for reviewing reports, employee reports of pending charge, no content or guilty plea or conviction, and the city will conduct.
We might just have to follow up with him on why that verbiage is struck.
Because typically if somebody's got a pending charge, don't you think you have to at least report it to the city? The pending charge and conviction, oh, here it says.
They do say they have to, but
Yeah, all city employees must report any arrest, pending charge, or content plea, guilty plea, or conviction as soon as practical, but not later than 2 business days after such arrest. Jesus, I just had a guy that was in jail for a week.
not here.
So, I think this kind of was stated in different wording earlier. But my question is, if somebody still has to report it, is there a timeline or how do you go about it?
This one says as soon as practicable, but no later than 2 business days after the arrest, charge, plea, or
Right.
conviction. So it does lay out a timeline.
Okay, all right, I missed it, thank you.
Yep.
Well, I think part of it too is depending on the severity of the charge, the city has a right to, suspend until the verdict is, rendered. Depending
Okay.
on what the conviction is and how it affects their employment, if someone's in someone's house enough, right? I don't know if you want a person in someone's house if they were, has a pending charge of like a sex offense or something like that, that might be, something we wouldn't want.
Yeah, that's a whole different ballgame, something like that.
All right, you good with 19?
I am.
So that'll get us through chapter 1.
All right, let's just finish up on chapter 20. Oh, that's where, all right, okay, then we'll pick it up on,
Chapter 2 next.
yeah, chapter 2 next time.
Okay.
All right,
Can I ask you a question
sure.
for all of those who, seems like 8-10 years ago, we started a project of reviewing our employee handbook, and we kept renewing it, kept postponing it, kept doing it. And this is, what triggered this? Who's paying for all this attorney's fees?
We paid $2,500 to have the attorney review and make the changes to the employee handbook.
That's all we paid?
That's what he quoted us for.
That's a bargain compared to what we've been paying other attorneys.
Right. Well, he's not doing it, it's his assistant, and then he's reviewing it.
Okay, you understand, I'm just wondering why.
We used to, every year when we have our open book, we used to have the council review the employee handbook
Right.
on a yearly basis to make sure it's what we wanted. But obviously that didn't happen in the last few years, so.
Yeah. So good. So if somebody attended to this, I think it's a good idea. I'm sorry I brought it up, but I'm sure everybody's wondering why we're going through all this.
Well, yeah, and typically we want the employees to review it every year, and usually it's in January, and sign off that they read the employee handbook. So we have it on file. That hasn't happened.
Well, here's what I remember. We've been talking about the handbook as long as I've been an alderman. It was just one of those things that went on the back burner many times. So I'm glad we're finally addressing this now.
Yes, it was. The previous administration kind of ignored it. Kind of kicked it down the road every time. And we used to do a little bit,
Maybe,
a little bit
I
every
don't
month.
know.
Yeah. But anyway,
All right.
thanks.
Okay, Jesse, you can pick up on 4, you know.
All right. 4B, discuss with possible action, separation payout for city administrator.
I believe Nicole, you did the payout, and you had it reviewed by somebody else.
Yep, the payment, it's calculated using days employed and years of service, and the payout was based solely on vacation days.
And who else you with?
Dawn helped me with it, both the work, we did double check everything together and with, the employee handbook, just to make sure everything was good.
Okay. Where's the payout?
What's that?
How much was the payout?
It's, based on 77 vacation
Good.
days.
All right.
All right, is this something that we need to move on to council?
Yeah,
No, our employee handbook says personnel has the authority to approve these.
All right, well then I'll make that motion to approve this.
I'll just give the amount, I guess. $3,812.27.
Mhm.
Yep,
I'll second the motion.
Do you want me to take a roll since it's monetary?
Yes.
Alderperson Olson,
aye.
Alderperson Leitnow,
Aye.
motion carries.
4C, discuss with possible recommendation, assistance to the mayor's office, city hall restructuring, job descriptions, wages, and deputy clerk job posting.
All right, so, I talked to the staff after our council delay, postponed this for a couple weeks. So, and, one of the things we came up with is maybe instead of, we've always done the same thing for the last, how many take center positions we've had as director.
No, this is on city hall, not take,
For what?
city hall restructuring
No,
takes on council.
all right, so with the departure of the administrator, if we were looking at the mayor needs help, right? So we're thinking about the best thing to move us forward was we get an assistant to the mayor's office. I've talked to Annie, she'd be willing to fill in that role. She's pretty much doing the job now. And then instead hire another deputy for the front office staff, you know, going forward.
You know,
Okay.
this is similar to what Sarah Decker was assigned, and I think Annie's ready for that challenge, actually.
Yes,
And we had a number of meetings, Nicole and I spent a lot of time where we saw there was assistance needed in City Hall with the departure of a staff member. I took time to write out the job descriptions. So there's some clear guidance on what each position is handling day to day, but also allows for coverage and cross-training and contingency planning, so hopefully it's something that can sustain over time.
Yeah, the cross-training is so important.
It is,
It's gonna help the audit as well for the internal controls. That's gonna be a big change there.
Yeah, we've been bashed on that year
Yeah.
after year.
And it's hard with small municipalities, but it would be really.
It is.
and additionally, city halls, the deputy clerk role is notorious for turnover. It tends to be an entry-level position. So if we have two that learn each other's roles pretty well, I think that will help for sustained coverage. We are quite fortunate that, we have one who assists us up front. It will only further with the coverage and service to citizens. I think we have a really well thought out plan brought before you. And, I'm happy to answer any questions I can.
8 or 10 years ago, it used to be one of the assistant directors of the tag center used to come into City Hall in case when somebody was out of town or somebody had an emergency. And I don't think we do that anymore, do we? Might be a good idea. You know what I mean? Mayor,
yes,
you remember when we used to have somebody from the tag center come in and help out? We ran short of people.
but I think a lot of times we relied on the library staff for help,
Right.
especially in like tax season.
Right.
That's when we had Rhonda, would help out.
This is the other one.
So we should make sure those options remain,
And I will say, department heads have been, incredibly gracious and helpful to, assist us where they can in the transition, and try not to put too much extra on us this time of year.
Well, in my opinion, this looks really well described and put. I really like it.
Yeah, so I guess at this point, we would just need the recommendation to council, and council would, work out the nitty gritty of everything. We have looked over some of the numbers. I've done research into deputy clerk roles. The average for someone in this area or a community of our size for a deputy clerk is around $21, and that is with a few years under their belt. So I think if we would be able to list this between 19 to 22, depending on qualifications, it would be competitive for the area.
Yeah. I definitely would recommend this to council, this motion.
Second that.
So the motion to bring the clerk, executive assistant, and then also deputy 1 and deputy 2, or?
Yeah. I would like to see all this go to council.
And it's an updated, more clarified job description
Yes.
for Nicole as well. Yeah, and I think it's a good format moving forward as we work on job descriptions throughout the city to
Correct.
kind of cover our bases.
It's very well thought out. Annie did a great job with it.
Right. Anybody else got any thought?
Have we cleared up the stuff with Nicole's? It's kind of cloudy. We had this one guy on the contract, and then we have another guy Then we have another group, sickage and all, is all of that cleared up now?
We just have a part-time employee that comes in periodically to help Nicole.
That lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the other guy is out now?
He's been out for a long time.
Yeah, okay. All right,
Okay.
Well, I made the motion, we just need a second.
Jesse
unless I didn't
seconded
hear
it, so we just need a vote.
Okay,
All in favor? Aye.
You said you wanted, you said you wanted to hear any discussion, right?
What's that? I'm not running the meeting, right?
No, I'm not a member of the finance, or the personnel committee, but you said any discussion and recommendation, because I'm outside of it, but we'll talk at council.
Good.
All right, number 5, adjournment. I'll make the motion.
Please
I'll
second.
second that. All right, I thought I made the motion, but that's okay.
It's for adjourning.
Oh, okay, I'll second that, then.
We are adjourned. Wait, we did
All those in favor?
all those in favor?
I,
Aye. We are adjourned, 7:14 PM.
All right. Call the special common council meeting order at 7:14. Please take the roll.
Alderperson Baker,
Here?
Alderperson Smith,
here,
Alderperson Leibnow,
Here.
Alderperson Newman,
Aye, here.
Alderperson Olson,
here,
and Alderperson Henkel is excused. We have a quorum.
All right, any citizen comments tonight? Seeing none, discuss with possible action, approval of the minutes of November 10th, 2025 common council meeting.
I'll make it more.
Motion by Smith, second by Levino. Any corrections, additions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I,
Motion carries. Approve the minutes of November 10th, 2025 special common council meeting. Is there a motion?
Make the motion.
Motion by Levino,
I'll second it.
second by DeBaker. Any additions or corrections on the special common council minutes? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I,
Motion carries. All right, discuss possible action, ambulance service agreements with the village of Lemira and the village of Theresa. This is basically just a basic contract that we have for all of our municipalities. I think there was one exception. There was, what was the one thing?
Heard from you?
Huh?
For the town or no, the village of Theresa. But that clause.
Disclaimer.
Oh, correct.
The
yes.
village of Theresa has an indemnification and hold harmless clause that their legal wanted.
Right. Seemed pretty standard.
Yep.
so can we vote on this or does this have to be recommended to council?
This is a special common council, so you'd have to vote to approve so we can get the signatures and get them on their way.
Okay, I'll make that motion to approve.
This takes effect the first of the year,
Yes.
and you worked out the glitches with the village?
Pricing's good?
Yep, everything is right where we all agreed on at our closed session.
Were we able to recruit some of their people?
We're letting the dust kind of settle down right now, and we have our first meeting with the village of Meyer tomorrow.
All right, thanks.
All right. Kim made the motion. Is there a second?
I was gonna do that. So it goes with our plan and our mission statement, where we're going with the ambulance service.
Yes.
All right. I second that motion.
All right, any more discussion? All right, take the roll.
Alderperson Olson,
I,
Alderperson Newman,
Aye.
Alderperson Leibnow,
Aye.
Alderperson Smith,
Aye.
Alderperson Baker.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, discuss the possible action, employee structure at the tag center. All right, so this was tabled from 2 weeks ago, so, you know, talking with John, and staff, you know, we've been doing the same thing now for quite a few years. We've always hired a tag director that also is the recreation director. And in discussion with John, it's just too much, you know? So what I'm thinking we need to do is hire a recreation, part-time recreation director, have the tag director concentrate solely on the tag center with the ability to help Karen, so when Karen retires, he would just assume that role as well. So he'd be director doing Karen's job as well. And then we're gonna have to take it in the shorts. Me and Nicole looked at the numbers, looks like we'll have to do some budget amendments, moving some salary around with the administrator's salary, but we'd also have to come up with about $30,000 that first year.
Did you,
I'm all for, recreational director, I'm all for that. My question is, if whoever's directing just the tag and they meld into what Karen does, I'm not really sure what does Karen all do right now.
She does the membership fees and the memberships. What else
She's
does
the
she do?
office administrator.
Yeah, most of the office.
Yeah, she handles a lot of the clerical
Talk about
function.
finances, a lot of stuff with insurance companies that have changed.
Can the director do both those roles?
If you take, like the mayor said, if you take away the recreation, because then on top of that, you're dealing with members, you're dealing with employees, you're dealing with day-to-day stuff you just don't know all of a sudden, you know. So yeah, I mean, so there's a lot of other stuff, just that, but yeah, they could, if you take that part out of it. The good part here that would work out, I think, well, would be is that the person coming in would have some time to learn it and would have some time. It's not just that, you know, she's leaving or this is happening in 2 weeks, 1 month, something like that. They have some time to really learn it because you have to know every part of it. I mean, you're still having the aquatics person there. You're making sure you're making sure everything's going in the building. It's just not one part or another, and you just don't know week to week what's gonna happen. So this would give the person time to learn it all. We had talked about that person possibly even, you know, learning some of the, you know, maybe in the aquatics part, but, you know, having some of that, having a background in that. You know, right now with, the director has to be, lifeguard certified. Maybe they could be the other, you know, maybe they could be the other person certified down there. So, as far as in the pool, like what Scott does, in case Scott's gone or something like that.
Yeah, we need probably another,
The CPO, that's, I think, what was the CPO, which is certified pool operator down there.
yeah, we need another operator.
you had somebody, a former experienced person who was somewhat interested, is he still interested?
What's that?
You had somebody who was willing to come back and do this deputy director thing.
No, I don't think he said he would come back. I think he'd help.
He'd help, okay. Still interested, or that's still up in the air?
Well, he's willing to help.
Okay, all right,
It's a little different.
yeah. Well, that's better than being,
Well, right now, John's doing 50% time, he's doing recreation, 50% time, he's doing the director's job. So if we took the director or recreation thing away and concentrate specifically on the tag, I think there would be enough work there when Karen leaves to handle both.
Gosh, yeah.
But then we would have to address the recreation thing at the next meeting on the job description. Make it a part-time job.
Okay,
So like I said, we've been doing the same thing for the last how many years? And we've had 2, 3 directors now leave in the last 5 years. We probably should do something different.
yeah. Do you want this decision tonight, or does this get moved to council?
No, this is
This
something,
is council.
yeah, this is something we're gonna make a decision on.
Kim?
Remember, we postponed this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah. All right. I would like see the director and the rec part separated myself. It's obviously not working, putting this all on one person. So I'm gonna make the motion to separate the two and look for somebody to fill those spots.
Okay. Is there a second?
Hey, I'll make that second motion.
All right,
In
second,
council? No, right now.
seconded by Newman. Any discussion? I just think that the other thing too is when we talked, it's hard to find a director of a aquatics fitness center, you know,
Multifaceted.
and then also a rec department person. It's hard to find that overall. It's almost impossible really to find that overall. Either one's qualified for recreation, they're not necessarily as like a fitness director, or they're qualified in fitness and not in the rec.
Aquatics. The parks do that. They-
Well, it might help to pull from the private sector even. you know.
Right. All right, any more discussion?
Well, I have a question. It's been on social media. John, are you retiring or are you staying?
I'm not retired.
Are you
I
retiring?
don't like the way that sounds though. I mean, I really
I know.
Yeah.
Are you staying at the tag center or are you moving over to plow snow?
I'm hired, I was in that position already, for quite a while. I was given that position as underneath Jacob as the, Parks and DPW supervisor.
Okay.
So that's where I'll be going, yeah, as soon as this all happens, then it was gonna probably be moving forward quicker, but then, meeting with the mayor, talking to everybody else, they decided to try and change this, that's why it's taking a little bit longer. And I appreciate that, I'm glad that the conversation's being had, because I just don't think it's right to have somebody else come in again, and try the same thing over and hope for different results.
So your idea is to help transition somebody,
Well, I'll help anywhere I can,
yeah,
absolutely.
but then pretty soon you will be gone from.
Yeah,
Okay.
and when snow falls now, I'm gonna be gone, other states are helping out, and, because I'm part of the whole, process there, I'm talking with Jacob about that.
I hate to use the word because he's a valued employee, but it is kind of fuzzy right
Not really, but.
now. Well, people.
Well, he's hired already.
What's that?
He's waiting to get the
Yeah,
next person.
he's helping
Yeah,
out
I
at
know.
the tag center,
Yeah, I know. Okay, good.
By the goodness of his heart.
yeah.
Yeah.
John? John's a dedicated employee.
Yeah,
Yes, he is. That's what he
God bless you.
There's a lot of them in the city, let me tell you.
All right, take the roll.
Alderperson Olson,
Aye.
Alderperson Newman,
aye.
Alderperson Lebno,
Aye.
Alderperson Smith,
Aye.
Alderperson Baker.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, discuss with possible action, tag center director job description, that's in the packet.
Sure.
So that's, something we put together too, and what we think is important to be, the director needs to do. And the one's getting the qualification, that's important. Could probably have to be a lifeguard certified. What else do we put in there, John?
That CPO certification.
Yeah,
we talked
CPO.
about.
We are gonna have to take recreation out of the job description.
Right,
Yeah, that's wrong, I was gonna go ahead and take the recreation out of it.
I would take all the recreation out of it, put it
Yep.
in its own
Yeah.
separate job description.
Just day-to-day operations of the tag center only, not parks and
Right,
any of the recreation
Yep.
part. Management of the building and day-to-day operations of employees.
right.
I'll make a motion on that one.
All right, motion by Newman,
I'll second it.
second by the Baker. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Discuss possible action options for posting the tag center director position. So where should we post the job?
So some of the options we have, the City of Mayville website is free, along with our social media page. We can do internal postings for free using our MyPay system. League of Wisconsin Municipalities will post a job posting for 1 month for free, which is nice because that'll access our municipal pool of candidates. We have used Indeed in the past. Pricing does vary based on the job and the posting setup. Based on recent invoices, the average cost for the city to post on Indeed has been about $100. But the perk to that is it does give broad visibility and a wider pool of applicants. And then there's always the Dodge County Pioneer. Pricing does vary based on setup and size. Past invoices have ranged from $70 upwards of a couple hundred. I did reach out to our contact with the Dodge County Pioneer. She said the current cost for a 2-inch by 5-inch ad is $152.50 per insert. We tend not to get as much traffic through the newspaper posting, if you ask me.
Is there any
Going
like
for the
professional magazines or stuff you subscribe to? or-
I can look up like WPR's Wisconsin Parks and Rec Association, see if they have any newsletters that go, I know they have newsletters that go out, but I mean, how hard it would be to get on something like that, that would actually.
I mean, the league's actually got something in their monthly
Like you mentioned,
subscription, right?
Yeah, so the league will have it out on their website for you, and they'll do it for free.
I mentioned, I can make a motion, mention all the above, scratch the Dodge County Pioneer.
Okay.
That's my
Yeah,
motion.
that's what I was gonna say.
did you mention the Tag Center itself, bulletin boards, their website?
In-house.
Oh, yeah, we
A
post
lot
on
of
the city
visitors
too.
to that are,
It should be right on the windows.
Yeah.
they
There's so
would,
much-
now.
there's so much stuff on the window.
Today.
Where's the funds coming from? General, you got contingency?
No, I
$100,
don't- I'm not
I'll throw
gonna.
it in.
We'll be able to find the funds. I can look into them and see where we would be taking them. We'll find a number.
We'll
Yeah,
make
Facebook
sure
page,
it's
that's free.
limited, that or under, do not exceed.
All right, so if we take up the Pioneer, what else is listed, name the list again?
She said, here, I'll give it to you. The municipal website, or municipal Dodge County. Also, Mayville's free, city website. Municipalities, city municipalities right there, and then also Indeed for $100, right about there, right? And then, obviously, posting in the city buildings themselves, word of mouth, and Facebook.
And we'll put it out on Facebook too.
Okay,
I second the motion.
any discussion? Starting salary, we should probably have that listed. We're figuring somewhere between 70 and 80, depending on qualification.
What was it?
70 to 80, depending on
Okay.
qualifications.
We'll post at 70, we can always work on the number.
I would say put 70, 80.
You gotta put a range.
and I would say, yeah, I'd
You
say
need a range.
even 80 is a little low, but
I'll reply.
God.
That's it, I'll-
I'll be there.
All right. Anything else we need to cover on this?
Well, let me ask you this, has anybody done any work on appealing the state's super strict new restrictions on lifeguards and so forth, John?
I'm sorry, what was
Have
that?
we approached any state senators or state people, state representatives about their determination that we are way short, that we can't get any waivers on some of these new rules about?
I haven't done anything, only for the fact of, we're waiting to see if we got any fines for anything we did. We did not get any fines, because we asked for extension after extension. It was kind of one of these things that, and this is my thought, and if you want to go forward, that's fine. If we do anything, then there's always gonna be that, are we gonna get visited more? Are we gonna be, or is the state gonna come in and
Yeah.
look over us more and more and more and kind of make a lot more, I guess, surprise visits for us?
I thought it was a burden for you to have that many people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's listed, it's a state, it's right in the,
All right.
you know, it's not that something that they brought up, they went through with us, we have it posted out there, and we have to have a copy of the, you know, I guess the state certification for what is required in a city or a publicly owned pool. So, I mean, they would have to change everything, go back and change it all, and if they wanna do that.
All right, any more discussion? We got it? All right. Got this job description? All right,
Just need the-
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, by order of the chair, we're adjourned at 7:33 then.
Speakers on?
I'm working on it.
You